All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. That'll be taken in the end zone. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Ready up.
Let's go, defense. Let's get up.
X3, 218, chop it.
Tighten up.
Hey, Haywood. Shoot.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Greystone, Travis.
Joker.
Snap.
On second down, here's Fournette. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Wide. Get wide.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Mike 55. Here we go.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. Looking long for Westbrook. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Texans let's go.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
It's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Riley Harrison. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Bust through the tackle. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
Pilot, 64.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Watch out.
Go.
Scotland, 41 the mic. Guys.
5.
Let's go.
Fournette running out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
45. Here we go. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Foxtrot. They go.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for the Jags' 1st down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Unable to corral him, he fights through. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Double time. Hey, we got 4.
61, matchbox lights.
Check.
Go. Go. 5.
Fournette on the counter. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 16-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go.
You draw Corker.
What you got, Heavy?
Hey, Zoo.
Give me something.
Fournette running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's good for another Jacksonville 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Ready.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Hey, orbit.
Check 45.
Now.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Lonnie Johnson, it's poked free. Football's out. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. And it's a Jacksonville touchdown.
Brandon, would you say they went from agony to elation in just a few quick seconds on that play?
Probably thought they were about to give it up in the red zone and then touchdown.
Yeah, there is absolutely no way that they drew it up and said this is the way it's supposed to be done. It just happened.
But the end will justify the means. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
This is it. 19, 24, 25. Let's get it together.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson, he finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Mike set. 19, 24.
Ready? Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now here's a former 3rd-round pick of Jacksonville, the former Jag Brian Anger on to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Here we go. Bang, 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 bang.
Get it.
Now Leonard Fournette. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Protein spill. Hey, Alpha.
45. Mike 45.
From the 39, Minshew. And he completes it to Westbrook. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
Ready? 18 games.
Hey, tight down.
Ready?
Now Minshew on first. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check pass.
From the gun, here's Watson. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Here's Minshew, and he's got it. So the try for two successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3-and-out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Down.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Hey, echo.
45.
Let's go.
They begin with a run by Fournette. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
At the 28-yard line.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check the backer. Check the backer.
6-6. Pull it high. Smooth. Hit it.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
High 7.
Hey, 4-1 Mike.
5.
Go, go.
And some space here. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. So they dig a little deeper in the playbook there, get the wide receiver the ball, running it, and it proves fruitful.
Love the call. When you've got a guy who has running back skills, you want him to touch the ball as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Mike 41. I'm going to wedge that, huh? I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 41's coming. 41's the Mike. Hey, come on, no, come on.
From the 22, Minshew. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. The open man is Westbrook. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Shift.
On 4th down, Minshew. And that is going to be incomplete. Come up empty on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points when you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Watson. All going deep here for Tim. It got his man complete. Pass across the 20. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 85 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, a full half to be played. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Look at me, zipper.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. 41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike.
Hey, wahoo!
Get to the ball.
Be driven.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Hey! Buzz! Ready?
Off play action, it's Minshew. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Jet bombers, 22 jet bombers.
Again, Minshew looking to throw. He's going to air one out. This is intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
First down, Texans.
Where's the tap? 19! 19!
Hey, I'm coming. Hey, alert 3.
From the 50, it's Watson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Watson. Flushed out right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Watson. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
54 Mike, 54 Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. You better be afraid of me.
Operating from the gun, Watson. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A pass there complete to Westbrook. It's a big play for the Jaguars. And even 40 yards. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the dip.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And this is no good. Boy, that didn't even get there. Not a good effort at all. Remains the same. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the slants. Watch the slants. Kill.
They run with Ajayi. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
This is Ajayi. Pushes him over, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run on first down. Edmonds. Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Now it's Ajayi. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Watson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did. All the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On the ready.
Watch the run, watch the run. Hey, check.
Hey, Zoo.
Check Mike 45, check Mike 45. Rip right. 45 is the Mike, 45 is the
Now.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, 68 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Texans 14.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going, and when he doesn't, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
Now it's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw is Watson. It's caught by Sanders. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. It's complete to Fuller. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Set 70, Indy.
Rabbit.
Hey, seam 6.
45 to Mike. Check.
Deep river.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans use this short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he'll get in for the score. And that's going to cut the lead down to 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. This is Fournette. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check 13. Check 13. Check 15. Check 13.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
54, Mike.
He may try and run for this. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
And the Texans, 1st down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. After the run, Watson going to throw. And Stills bringing it in. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A.J. Boye with a pick. score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two.
Hey, Alpha.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add two more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, he finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. The start defense gets him a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Watson now to throw. He's got Fuller. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Jags grab it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. This Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on second and goal.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Get it.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
The play lost a yard. It's now third and goal.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jags, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Houston, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.